It's the end of an era. The longest-serving employee in the George Eastman Museum's history is getting ready to step down. Natalie Kutchko spoke with Kathy Connor for a look back at her career, molding Eastman's story and legacy for generations to come.
You'll see that every single shelf has a letter and numbering system.
Kathy Connor walks us through the vault at the George Eastman Museum, which has been her home away from home for 42 years. She started in 1982 as an education coordinator fresh out of graduate school, not long before the restoration of the Eastman House.
The key thing with the restoration of the mansion was to make a three-dimensional biography on the gentleman that lived here, which was George Eastman and his mom. He wasn't married, didn't have kids, so to tell his story as a person, but also as the head of one of our local companies, the Eastman Kodak Company. How could we do that here?
With a degree in museum education, Connor immersed herself in Eastman's history down to the finest details.
All of those things were sort of part of what my job became. It wasn't just taking care of a house, it was how you make the house come alive for visitors and keep the legacy or the story of George Eastman alive.
She would oversee the long-standing traditions of the Sweet Creations gingerbread and Dutch Connection displays, bringing in thousands of people from across the region and out of state. Holding her position as legacy curator, she's been at the helm of a collection including hundreds of thousands of artifacts.
So this area is all of the letters and the manuscripts in the Eastman Legacy Collection. All of these gray boxes here, and there's over 120, those are the letters Eastman received.
And Connor made the decision to stay in Rochester, becoming the longest tenured employee in the museum's history.
I guess I'm walking away with a feeling of pride that this house looks a ton better. I always say, my mother always said, you always leave your place better than you found it. And I feel I've done that here.
Connor's last day at the museum is March 31st, but she will continue to work with the Eastman team to help with the transition of a successor and continued archival projects. Reporting in Rochester, Natalie Kutchko, News 8.